I'm Beth and I'm a pre and postnatal trainer, and today I'm going to be taking you through some stretches to help with your hips during pregnancy. Today we're going to be doing all of our stretches down on the mat, but please make sure before we get started that you have checked in with your GP or your midwife to make sure you're safe to follow along with us. Take this workout at your own pace and enjoy yourself. Okay, so our first stretch today is a child's pose. So we're going to be coming down onto our mats. We're going to bring our toes together and we're going to bring our knees nice and wide. We're going to reach forwards with our hands just as far as we can, and we're going to sit our bums back onto our heels. Depending on how far along in your pregnancy you are, is how far forward you can come, and that is absolutely fine. You're just going to hold this here for 1 minute. Really sink back towards your heels. Taking deep breaths in. And as you breathe out, you want to feel you're deepening that stretch. Really good, guys. Hold that there. Sink back. That's halfway. Really good, guys. If this feels nice, just make sure you're going to walk your hands a tiny bit further away from you so you add that stretch into your back. Still sitting back on your heels and holding it there. Really good. Deep breaths in through the nose and out through your mouth. 10 more seconds here. And whenever you feel ready to, you guys, just walk your hands back in so you're back onto your knees. Now we're going to move into a frog stretch. So for this one, we want to bring our hips nice and wide and we're going to bring our feet out. And this is going to be to stretch out your hips. You're going to come as wide as you want and you're going to reach forwards and you're going to sit back into that stretch. Now again, depending on how far along in your pregnancy you are, will depend on how far back you can to allow room for bump. Really sit back, let those hips open and hold it there. Deep breaths in and out, guys. Core tight all the way through to your spine. Really relaxing back into that stretch. We don't want any tension in our bodies at all. Really good. As you feel warmer, you might find you can rock back into that stretch a tiny bit further. Really good. 15 seconds. Last 5. And 1. Perfect. Again, walk your hands back in and then bring your knees back into the middle. We're now going to move into a 90-90 hip stretch. So we're going to come down onto our mats. You want one leg in front at a 90-degree position and one leg behind you. From here, you're going to rotate to the center and the other way. To the center and away. So I'll show you from a slightly different angle so you can see. 90 degree, 90 degree. We rotate to the center and to the other side, opening up those hips. Now again, depending on how far through your pregnancy you are, you may want a tiny bit more stability. So you're going to pop your hands behind you just to help keep you nice and stable so you can move between those two positions. We're going to keep alternating between the two for another 20 seconds. Really sit into that stretch, open those hips, moving on to the other side. Just 10 seconds, last couple of reps here. Perfect, 1 more. And relax that there, guys. Perfect. Okay, now we're going to move into a deep lunge. So we're going to come back onto our knees again. Whichever foot you want to start on, we are going to move our hips forwards, stretching out that hip and opening our chest. If you want a tiny bit more support, reaching down for that ground and leaning on your knee. You're just going to hold this here for 1 minute. Really feel that hip stretch out chest up, and you want to push your hips away from you to add to that stretch. If at any point you need to come back to the center, have a breather, just rejoin us in that deep lunge whenever you are ready to. Really good, guys. Push those hips away. Keep that back knee on the ground to help keep you nice and stable. You've got 20 seconds. Really good, guys. Last 10. See if we can push those hips a tiny bit further. 5 seconds. 3, 2, and 1. So slowly coming back, changing sides, and exactly the same again. Core tight, foot in place, and extending down, opening up that hip, keeping that chest up. If you need to, just reaching down to help to add to your stability, that's absolutely fine. We want to be pushing those hips away from us, adding to that stretch. Really good, guys. Deep breaths in and out. We want to be feeling that tension that's built up in our hips, releasing. You're nearly there. 15 seconds. For the last 10, just push a tiny bit further for me. Really, really good. Just hold for 5. Get 3, 2, and 1. Perfect. Bring it back down. And you are all done. Really good job, guys. Well done.